Hey my fellow sewing babes, if you want to show the sexy back with some side boobs, then this DIY is just perfect for you. Here are all the supplies you need, everything will be linked below, plus the sewing pattern since it was requested, so you can find that also in the description box. Now let's begin with this video. First you will need to take your body measurement. For the top you will need your nipple to nipple measurement and the estimated height, so decide how long you want the top to be. Once you have taken the measurement, it is time to make the pattern. Write down the measurement. I did the nipple measurement times 3 and that will be the total width of the top. So make the bodice pattern with the measurement. Add the seam allowance all the way around. Then decide the height of the casing in the bodice for inserting the strap and also the thickness. For the strap, decide the width and how long you want it to be. And I recommend to do the total width of the strap so it will be easier to cut it out on fabric. So basically you have one strap in one strap pattern. Also don't make the strap thicker than the casing, so keep that in mind. Once you have made the pattern, cut it out on fabric. Put with the right sides together, so all the way around, and leave a small opening in the middle of one side. I didn't backstitch in the beginning and of the end. If you have made the hole too small, then you can easily make it bigger. Once you're done with sewing, trim the seam allowance in the corners, and this will allow you to get sharp points. Optional is to use fray check for the corners, and that is obviously to prevent the edges from fraying further. Once you have trimmed the corners, flip the top right side out. Use a tool that helps to point out the corners in the bodice. First, you press the seam allowance flat like so. This will make it easier to get nice edges. Then you fold the seam allowance to the edge and press it flat again. Just keep on doing that until you have done all the sides. After pressing, close the hole by hand sewing it. You can use fabric glue or you just leave it open, just like I did, because I don't have fabric glue and I don't like to hand sew. So yeah. Anyways, then grab your ruler to draw guidelines for the casing. For the bottom, I just marked it because I just can't follow the line of the fabric. And of the top, I drew out a guideline. You can also draw both lines for the casing. I just simply did one because I'm gonna use my pressure foot as the width for the casing. Then sew straight lines on the guidelines for the casing. You can also use pins along the edges, and that is to prevent the bodice from shifting while you're sewing. If you're done with sewing, open the casing with a seam ripper so you're able to insert the strap later on. And that's it for the bodice. Let's move on to the strap. So cut the strap in half. Sew the ends together with a straight stitch, and also the right side should be together. Press the seam allowance open and then press it flat on the other side. I'm gonna use a bias tape maker because that makes my life easier. Fold one corner and then place it in the bias tape maker. Use a pin to pull it all the way through. And then you just simply use the iron to make the strap until you have reached the other end. If you don't have a bias tape maker, then you can press it in half first. Then you fold the sides towards the middle and then you can press it again. If you have reached the other side, fold the strap in half and press it flat like so. Top stitch along the open edge to sew the strap close. Now place the safety pin on one end. And you want to start with the top casing, so insert the strap in the casing and feed it through until you've reached the other side. Once you have reached the other side, repeat the same step with the bottom, but make sure that you don't twist the strap, so keep that in mind. If you have reached the other side again, remove the safety pin from the strap and place it on the other end of the strap. Then you can feed the strap on the other side of the bottom. Also keep an eye on the other strap because you don't want to lose it in the casing. Be sure that the bodice is flat at all times, and this will make it easier to feed the strap through the casing. Congratulations, you just made your own top. If you have learned something new, like the video. If you haven't learned anything, then dislike the video. Share this video on Pinterest, follow me on Pinterest. If you want to share your recreation of this top, you can tag me on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Take care, bye bye.